Rock Salt MUZKAST Experience, Aaron, Dave, and Patrick.
ADP.
Thank you very much. With Aaron, you know what? I'm going to leave this one up to you. You want to introduce the band today?
Oh, yes. It's all the way from Oklahoma, Chaotic Resemblance. Yes. Yes. Guys, I want to let you know I'm a big fan. I found you guys about a year ago, a little more than a year ago. And I heard that Riot Anthem song and was like, wow, these guys are fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You know, Aaron and I were talking last night. He goes, I'm going to try, but I can't make any promises. I might fanboy out. And that's okay, because I fanboy out about some of the bands that we have on as well. I guess the conversation wasn't good enough for Logan. He bailed. He's like, I'm out. These guys.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
I'm just playing. So you guys are in the car. Where are you off to today?
Man, we're off to Norman, Oklahoma. We're playing in at a Calvary Chapel there. They're really good people. They have the radio station, KRUJ. They're like family. We love playing out here, and it's cool. We're getting to play with the band Brutality tonight. I don't know if you guys heard of them, but
they're a great band.
Couple of young dudes that play the nasty riffs.
I gotta ask, because I haven't been to a lot of these harder shows like that, harder Christian shows. Do you guys get mosh pits and circle pits going on?
Oh yeah, dude. We played a Life Fest the other day, and it was so funny because we got blessed with the time slot, the same time slot as Skillet. And
wow.
We felt real bad for Skillet because they had nobody watch them. I'm just playing, bro.
Well, you know what you should have done is you should have just went over and said, hey, anytime you guys want to open for us, it's an open spot for you.
But it was really cool because you don't know if anybody's gonna come over. I mean, I'm a huge Skillet fan, so like as soon as we got done, me and my wife, we just took off and ran over there so we could catch the end of their set. But like it was so cool because people did watch us, and the people that came over were like hardcore metal fans. So we were like, I mean, we slam, but we're not like hardcore, But it was so funny. Like we called out. I mean, we did a circle pit. We did a wall of death. Like I was like, split it.
Awesome.
I mean, we were just pretending like we were a hardcore band. It was pretty fun.
Well, you know what I call mosh and circle pits at a Christian rock show. It's
What?
not a mosh pit. It's a prayer pit.
Oh, I like that.
You can
Somebody's
use that.
on the ground praying. Don't trample. Don't trample me.
Feel free to use that. That would just boost my ego.
Yeah, it sounds more appealing than the snake pit for sure.
Yeah. Well, a wall of death sounds so bad, but it really isn't.
Yeah,
it's just fun. It's just fun.
We'll just call it the wall of life from now on.
There you go. Call it the wailing wall.
The wailing wall.
Hey, how many wrong email addresses did you send out to try to get Travis, Dave?
One or two.
So we'll have that rabid fan jumping on in the middle of the interview. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That'd be fun.
So now I've heard some things about your shows that like you play pretty much anywhere. Is that right?
Oh yeah, we'll play just about anywhere. Now there are places we won't play. We've been asked to play strip clubs, and we don't do that.
Well, that's understandable, but I mean,
but we will play. We'll play in clubs and bars. We play in churches. We play festivals. Really anywhere we can do the gospel, man. Like we played at a house party the other day. We were kind of just goofing around online saying, hey, we need some shows. Like if you got a house party, we'll come. We were just kind of goofing around, and sure enough, we got a call like that day, like, hey, I got a house party. But it was really fun, so if we're around that area, especially, we will do just about anything. What makes it tough is our drummer James, he lives in Minnesota, so we have to figure out how we're gonna get together. And so if we can get like an initial like good anchor date that can help that happen, you know, because flying him's expensive, driving him's expensive. We'll do just about anything if we're all together and if it's feasible, you know. But yeah, I mean, we got a huge go in our hearts.
I really want to know about, hold on, I really want to know about this photo. It was in one of your all's memories. It was either on the Chaotic Facebook page or it was on Logan's page. This photo from back in 2013. Travis, you're rocking the big hair. Logan, you're rocking the fishnet stockings, looking like straight 80s, man. Tell me, I'm so sorry that I missed that show or that part in your career, because I tried to talk. We're getting ready to go on vacation tomorrow. And the wife came up, she had the baby down for a nap. She came upstairs and was like, can you give me 80s big hair? And I'm going to put on some guy liner. And so when I'm online with Chaotic, I can take them back to their roots. And of course, she said no, because she's trying to pack and she's taking care of a baby. But I want to know about that.
Go ahead, though.
Oh, hello. You kicked me off earlier, but I'm back. Yes, those the early touring days. It was quite glamorous. Some of the lifestyle situations was not glamorous, so we tried to appear glamorous at least. No, we were young. We were just fiery. We were just going for it. We caught a zeal for big hair, big sounds, aggressive looks, and it was a fun ride for a bit. Travis threw bleach in his hair, lost like a foot of hair probably. Our bills were astronomical when it came to hairspray and makeup. You know, we were just all over it, man. And
well,
yeah.
I had a couple of questions about the hairspray and makeup. Number one, do your wives or girlfriends do all that for you before you jump on stage, or what's the process? No, it's all you guys.
It's all dude.
all us.
All right. So
yeah, that was a good season. We did it for about, man, probably a solid 4 years. And
okay.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a really good hook. And especially when we first started getting to play some of these festivals, and we were playing with a lot of old like 80s rock bands, and it was really cool because we would just draw people from our look.
Gotcha. Well, do you like have just cases of, you know, makeup delivered to your home or while you're on the road, or I'm running out of mascara?
Yeah, well, we actually have only ever used eyeliner.
Okay.
We still do that. We're not all man.
Well, it's all part of the image, you know. And I was watching you guys. I was watching you guys at KFC in 2020. There's a video on YouTube, and I was, well, number one, I was blown away by your performance, but at the same time, you got this whole image going on that I go, you know, these are some guys that I don't know if I want to meet them in a dark alley at night. And then I went, no, I trust rockers. It's the, I don't know, the opera fans that I'd be afraid of meeting in the alley at 2 a.m.
Yeah, we're pretty harmless for the most part. Logan, he's a little scrappy though.
You meet these guys in a dark alley, two things are going to happen. They're going to pray for you, and then you are going to follow them out of the alley and be like, how can I help you guys? You could be the biggest dude on the planet, just meter all get out, straight out of prison, and you gotta just show up praying over, and you're like, can I come with you guys and help you out? Can I help you load your gear?
I suddenly become a chaotic disciple.
Right. A Jesus disciple. You would become a chaotic disciple. They wouldn't have it. Just for the record.
No, you feel me though. I want to get to one more thing before I unleash Aaron, because I know he's got a ton of questions for you. You guys recently played Rocklahoma, am I right?
Yes, we played Where did we play Rocklahoma last year though?
Yeah, last year.
How was that for you?
I mean, it was awesome. That was like our 5th or 6th time doing it. It was really interesting because in the past we've had we were on a different stage and had a different time slots, and they've usually been either in the afternoon or in like the almost midnight, and just really great time slots, what seemed to be great time slots. And this year we had the opening slot on Sunday morning, so we were like, okay, nobody's going to come and watch us. What was really cool was when they came in the gate, we were playing right there, fixing to be playing, and so it packed out where we were playing, and we told them we're going to take you to church Sunday morning, and we preached the gospel hard and had a great response. And man, what I love is like the darker it is, the brighter the light shines. Where sin abounds, grace abounds more, and it's almost easier. In those scenarios when you're the only Christian band there.
Yeah, I go to a pretty big festival out here called Aftershock. It's 4 days, and there's a lot of different people there, a lot of different kind of fans, and you guys are unapologetic about your faith. You don't hide it, I've noticed, on stage or anything like that. So when you're playing a festival crowd that isn't a Christian festival crowd, what's the reception when you stop and talk to people about your faith?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. I mean, there's always like one or two like people who might get like really ticked off and flip you off or, stomp out of there. But usually it's a pretty good response, because when Jesus is preached right, when the gospel is preached right, I mean, that's what you were made for. Everybody was made, for him, by him, and through him, and we're not just giving them this ethereal hope, or we're offering what they were created for, and I feel like when you preach that rightly, and when the Holy Spirit does what he does, because obviously he's a much better evangelist than I am, when he's there, when the presence of God is there, and especially in those scenarios, I mean, it feels like heaven's just hanging low and it's tangible. Man, there's just an ease, and it seems like people just grab it, because a lot of times they've never heard the gospel that way. They've only, heard a cookie cutter version, and we're not doing anybody any favors by watering down the gospel. All you're doing is changing the recipe, and it doesn't taste the same.
Right. It's the McDonald's version of a Big Kahuna burger.
Yeah.
Well, all I have to say is just remember the 100 and the 1 parable. Aaron, I'm going to cut you loose here. Do your thing, man.
Guys, I love the new album, Nazarites. And there seems to be a theme that runs through the whole album. Was that by design, or just the way it happened? Or maybe I'm imagining things, as the listener.
Logan, that one's to you, brother. What do you have to say?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I missed the pitch.
Yes. It's all good.
No, the album totally God breathed.
Wait, who is that?
Who is this?
Who is that guy?
It's your crazed chaotic fan that Dave just sent random text message or email.
Bubba. He must be from the South.
I got on my pants.
and your God hat.
It's good all the time.
He's a man of many words. Oh, he's a true fan. Look, he's actually got a physical copy of the album. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Sorry, we interrupted Aaron's question.
That's Travis, and that's Logan too, Bubba.
Hey, Bubba.
That's awesome.
Fun fact, Bubba was my first nickname when I was born.
Oh.
I was the biggest baby at the hospital.
Logan. Mine was cream cheese.
Cream cheese? Why is cream cheese?
Well, the diapers. It just didn't work out.
All right, maybe I didn't want to go there.
Oh my.
All right, if you guys haven't put it together yet, that's Jamie from from, of course, my crew.
3 days under.
Hey, Jay.
We were really hoping a legitimate Craze fan would have jumped on in all the all the emails sent out.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, Jamie. I had no idea who you were at first.
Jamie, you made a real impact on people.
I was gonna make a comment about the pins, but I sort of think this might be real, so I better not.
Hey, it's good seeing you guys. Love you all.
Love you too.
Buddy. See ya.
I'm sorry, Aaron. Your question got interrupted.
That's okay.
The album, was it intended to be like a concept piece, or did it just come together that way?
It really just kind of came together. There was, we already had Bears Jesus. We already had Unto the Lamb. Those are, obviously highly targeted at Jesus. Travis had written Hosanna a long time ago, and it's just a great piece, about the Lord. And at the end of last year, the Lord was really digging at us to kick it back up into full time. And we're like, okay, we got to do this. A lot's on the line. There's not a lot of time left. We got to do it. And so we had that yes in our heart, and the Lord just downloaded all these songs into us. We had a song like Wrath of the Lamb. That's, a beautiful aspect of the return of the Lord. You got Nazarites, where it's kind of like our love song back to the Lord, saying, hey, we're yours. We're your Nazarites. We're not going to compromise. We're going to, live holy unto you. And that theme is just kind of all throughout, with just a deep love for the Lord, and just the things that happen to you when you fall in love with the Lord. He purifies you, he cleanses you, he prunes you, and it's just a big old attack on vagueness and on complacency, and just kind of like a booster shot for needed booster shots.
Yeah, Travis, I love the song Driven. The vocals are just right in your face at the beginning of the song. Just explain, talk about that song a little bit, how that was maybe written.
Yeah, so Driven is, it's all about the fear of the Lord. And I love the way I talk about this quite a bit to the guys, and I was telling some of our dudes in our Tuesday morning prayer the other day, but I love how some of the old prophets would talk about the Lord and their relationship with the Lord, and there's a scripture that is in Jonah, and Jonah, is called to go to Nineveh, and he doesn't go. He goes and he jumps on this ship, and he's running from the Lord, and he falls asleep in the stern. They're in this crazy storm. They cast lots to see who did this. Lots fall on Jonah, and they're like, what's going on? Where are you from? Who are you? What's your God? And I love how he didn't give a cookie cutter answer, even though he was not walking in full obedience. He said, I am a Hebrew, and I fear the Lord who made the heavens and the earth, the water, the dry land. It was such a description of knowing the Lord. It wasn't, I live in Oklahoma. And so like, if you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas, everybody's a Christian. Like, yeah. I mean, you could go to any bar and everybody, oh yeah, I know Jesus. Just smashed, Mm-hmm. But everybody knows the Lord. Everybody's a Christian, but I love that response of, no, I fear the Lord. Like, the one who made heavens and earth. Because the truth is, whatever you fear is whatever you worship. And we were made to fear the Lord. And the Bible says that the Lord's secret is with those who fear him. And like, there's such a relationship there that's built of this holy reverential awe of the Lord. And that's what I really wanted to convey in that song, that's what compels us. That's what we're driven by. And obviously the scripture says that we're to be compelled by love, driven by love. But I also believe that the Bible teaches just as strongly that we need to be driven by our fear of the Lord. And it's not this fear that at any given time, God's going to be done with you or God's going to kill you or whatever it is. It's this fear of hurting the Lord's heart. It's the fear of feeling like the Lord, feeling like you've cheated on him, the Lord not being pleased. I want to be afraid of hurting the Lord's heart. I want to live in that kind of a relationship. And also, when you fear the Lord, you won't fear man. That's why the song starts off with, who are you with your spear and your sword? So.
Sounds like you're getting some text messages too. Maybe it's.
Yeah, that's my dad's phone.
Oh, okay.
I'll mute.
No, I wasn't pointing it out like that. I was just like, maybe you want, maybe God is emphasizing what you said here. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
This guy gets it.
Yeah.
Aaron, anything else?
I
got a million questions, so go ahead.
We're going to play that song right now at the end of this first break. And so we'll be right back on the Rock Salt MUZKAST Experience.
Rock Salt MUZKAST Experience on the line on the Zoom with Chaotic Resemblance as they're traveling out to a show in Oklahoma.
Yeah, in Norman.
Yeah, you guys are in the car, different cars, but in the car traveling out to the next gig. You know, you've got some definite influences that I hear in your music from past bands. Who are some of your influences? Man,
I mean, we got these for days. I mean, my biggest influences, believe it or not, personally, I love like Southern gospel.
Okay, I didn't pick that up.
Like, the stuff that you'll find me listen to, like yesterday when I had a moment in the car by myself, like I'm listening to the Goodmans, like Vestal Goodman.
Oh my gosh!
I'm listening. I'm listening to Carmen.
My mom would be so happy.
Yes, I love Carmen. Carmen is one of my all-time favorites, if not my all-time favorite. I love Audio Adrenaline. I got so blessed as a kid. When I was 11 years old, I got pulled on the stage and got to sing a song with Audio Adrenaline. Their song Beautiful.
Wow.
And that's where
that really,
okay.
That's where it started.
That marked me. And obviously Striper was huge, so huge for me. Disciple was huge. And I had a time period, obviously, like you said, where I was listening to a lot of like 80s rock too.
See, that's where I was going to go. I'm going to steal this from Aaron because I kind of agree with him. There's a Motley Crue tinge in there that I hear. Is there anything like 80s hair bands?
Oh yeah. I mean, during that time when we were doing all the hair and stuff like you were talking about like that, we were listening to a lot of that. And I had an encounter with the Lord in 2017, and it just kind of changed my taste all the way around. I got tired of listening to songs that were about sex and drugs, and I wanted to listen to stuff that was about Jesus.
Well, I have let me interrupt you for a second, Travis, because I have a philosophy on that. It's not necessarily that God wasn't there. It's that God kind of let you go off the leash a little, you know, and it's so you can experience these other things and come back with knowledge. What do you feel?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't really know. I know that I took it and ran with it probably too far, and I think that a lot of things are pretty neutral, but I know that I started to go off into things that weren't so neutral, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
I feel like you're probably not gonna get hurt listening to Jailhouse Rock, but when you make your way to Shout at the Devil,
right,
you might want to stop and look around and say, and so yeah, God encountered me in 2017, and I didn't really try to stop listening to secular music. I felt like I needed to, but what happened was I fell so in love with the scriptures and so in love with just being in the presence of God, where the things that I used to enjoy, I just didn't enjoy anymore. And it wasn't like this religious, like, I can't do this thing. It was just, why would I want this? Because that gives me nothing. Yet when I do this instead, I feel the presence of God tangibly walk in the room. And I just became addicted to God's presence, to God's nearness, and to pleasing God's heart. And it was so interesting. The stuff that I grew up loving as a kid is the stuff I listen to again now. Is just really, I don't know how God just does that,
Yeah. Hey,
So
Logan,
are we expecting a Southern Gospel album from Chaotic Resemblance sooner or later?
Oh, man, I would if I could.
Yeah.
I would if I could, man. Michael English is my all-time favorite singer. So if I could sound anything like him, we probably wouldn't be doing this. So that's probably the Lord's doing, though.
Now I have to see the Chaotic Boys in suits singing harmonies. I have to.
What a dream.
Oh, man.
Hey, Logan, same question to you. Who are some of your influences? Because I want to talk to you about some of your guitar playing. And there he goes.
I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk to me. Hey, Logan, can you hear me?
I'm back again.
Okay, cool. Hey, what are some of your influences? Because I want to talk to you about some of your guitar playing.
Okay. Growing up, I would listen to church hymns and choruses every weekend. My mom loved country music. She loved the Eagles. She loved Leonard Skinner. So I would say I have an appreciation for Southern flair still. I think a lot of that came out on some of these tracks we just did. They're quite swampy in some parts. And then growing up, I went into like the 80s kind of style, the hard rock of 70s and 80s kind of, made me kind of want to try to play guitar. And then I tried it, didn't work. I was like, that sounds terrible. I quit. And then I tried it again a year later and kind of stuck with it. And then I ended up, during those years, I was running from the Lord, and I was just full of hate and hurt and blaming God for things that he didn't do. And so I was very deceived. So along the way, I got into a lot of heavy music, a lot of dark, heavy stuff, a lot of thrash metal, a lot of death metal. Ended up kind of floating around metalcore, having like riffy chops and poppy, catchy melodies. And of course, then the Lord got a hold of me, and I surrendered. He cleaned up a whole lot of stuff. But Disciple was always very influential. I listened to Demon Hunter and Flyleaf back when I was running. They were very influential. Now I love, listening to worship music. If I'm not listening to worship music, it's probably someone speaking or preaching or Sleeping Giant. I seem to listen to Spoken every time I mow the lawn. It's interesting.
Well, when I was watching you play live, you don't just walk up and down the fret, you run up and down the fretboard. Some of your stuff looks pretty technical. What's that?
Tiresomely, I try to run up the fretboard.
Well, that was one of my questions, or going to be one of my questions, because I went and saw a movie about Rush, the band Rush, and Alex Lifeson is a great guitar player. And in this movie, he's playing some of these really technical things, and it shows on his face like, why did I ever write this? This is not enjoyable to play. Is it ever that way for you, where you go, man, why did I write this thing? I don't like it.
Yes. It's a struggle. Like every time you get in the studio, you want to up your game. You want to put something down that's never been done before, that you've never been able to achieve before, that, you know, you're just going for it, trying to give like 110% to make it the next, you know, best thing that we've done. And so there was one song in the studio where Wrath of the Lamb, we were like, I had like this crazy elaborate technical like thing where there was like picking and they're like super fast tremolo picking, and they were like, you know, you got to play this every night. And we're like, yeah, let's revisit this a little bit. So we ended up what we had, which is still awesome.
I knew we were gonna lose Logan at the tail end here because his picture froze up. So we'll kick it back over to Travis.
Question for Travis, and it's probably the most important question that could ever be asked. I think we're probably about 3 weeks removed from seeing you guys in Indiana when we were with you out there. Then you were baby faced, but now you show up today full man beard. How did that just happen in like 3 weeks time? I mean, you went from Logan's face to Grizzly Adams.
I don't know,
Special
man.
Oil? Do you have some lotion? Do you have exercises?
No, you know, I don't really know. I've always heard that, like, as far as like that kind of stuff comes from like your mom's dad, and he's like a very hairy man, so maybe from him. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I was pretty impressed with the speed of my beard growth this time too.
I think you were, because I had to shave all mine off because from here to here was bald and I had all this going on, so this is the only part that ever got air. So I was like, this is just too hot. I'm done. I'm cutting.
Yep.
Well, you know, it is you know, it's okay to shave down for the summer. I used to do the same thing. I had a beard down to here, and in the summertime, gone, because
just props to your genetics and your testosterone, Travis. I mean,
I really didn't have an idea that I didn't know that the conversation was going to go this way, guys.
Well, you know, no, I enjoy the beard though. I really like having a beard. You know, Jesus had a beard, so.
You know, I tried to use that. I went to a private Christian school growing up in high school. And as I started to get my peach fuzz going, I wasn't intending to grow a beard. I just had peach fuzz, and they said, hey, you got a school policy, you got to shave that. And I went, well, what's the problem? They will, you know, can't have a beard. I went, well, Jesus had a beard. Yeah, you need a shave because I told you so.
Exactly.
You know, the thing was is I was growing a beard, then it got too hot where we're in Sacramento, so I shaved it down, and my wife goes, you know, that beard is a little too short for me. So so, you know, like most guys, yes, honey, I'll grow it back.
See, and I just grew a beard to try to cover my face because it's not all that attractive.
Nah, it's nice.
How long have you guys been doing this?
Yeah,
not beard growing, music playing.
Yeah, started the band back at high school. I was a freshman in high school, so like 2006, 2007 was the time period, and did that throughout school with you know, buddies and stuff that I could, whoever would play. And you know, I've always had this just militant tenacity towards this band because I feel like it's my calling. You know, God showed me this since I was, as long as I could remember, and like, so I was always like very, you know, all in, and like you got these high school guys who are like, not all in, you know. So it was an interesting first like 4 years, and then get out of high school, get married, and then LA gets in the band in 2012, and really that's for touring and playing a whole bunch like that, not just locally or doing like a one-off somewhere, but actually, you know, get in a vehicle and go spend a month or two on the road.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to hit you with pedestrian questions that you get asked a million times, but I really do want to know the answer to this one. Where does the name Chaotic Resemblance come from?
Yeah, okay. So when we first started, like the first like couple weeks of the band, right before we played our first show, we were under the name Chaotic Resemblance, but right before that, like the day before, we were going as Sons of Thunder. That's what we were going to be called. And then my mom was reading in Isaiah, and it talks about in Isaiah 40, who can you compare or liken to the Lord? And she just had that phrase, Chaotic Resemblance, pop in her heart. And so that'd be a cool band name. I'm like, that's a really cool band name. And so we picked it up from there. And man, throughout the years, I've debated changing it, almost changed it, I don't know how many times. And the Lord spoke to me right before I almost seriously changed it. This was probably 2018 or 19. And the Lord just was really put in my heart that he doesn't want me to change the band name, and showed me. I just had this brief little vision of these people that didn't look the way that you would expect people who burn for Jesus to look. Maybe they're covered in tattoos. Maybe they have, you know, scars from past mistakes on their body. Maybe they were ex-drug addicts. They look nothing like the Lord, or what you would think he would look like. How about that? They look nothing, you know, they're not suits and ties, you know, they're not what you'd expect a church person to look like, except they look just like Jesus. They're burning with him. They've given their life to him. And I felt like the Lord was like, these are they that I've given you. This is the chaotic resemblance movement that I'm going to start through your life, through your band, through this ministry. And so that's why we've really just held on to the name.
Well, I mean, just to fanboy on you guys for a second, pat on your backs. You guys are a really, truly an inspiration to me and my guys. And we really concern ourselves about how we carry ourselves on and, more importantly, off stage, and especially when we get back home. And every encounter that we have with you guys absolutely touches our heart. So you guys are definitely the Jesus that you claim to be, and we absolutely adore you guys. And we honestly, we look up to you guys because you guys just mean that so much to us. And we all strive to be like Jesus, but right now we're just going to strive to be like Chaotic. go one notch up, one rung up the ladder at a time. So I made Travis.
Well, hey,
I win today.
Did, but I can honestly.
He's passing through a dead patch.
Good. That way he can't make me blush.
Well, if I'm coming through, I'll say you were so sweet. I love you.
Here's some chaotic resemblance eyeliner for you.
We can hear you now.
Yeah, Travis.
I was just boasting on you, man. We think the same thing about you guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me fanboy out for just a minute here. And I'm being 100 on this. What's the chances of and Patrick doesn't know I'm going to even do this. What's the chances of a 3 days under Chaotic Resemblance tour? Because I think that would be a barn burner of a show if you guys went on tour together, not just festivals, but, you know, like came out here to the West Coast and, you know, rock the house.
I'm down.
We're always all down. I think that's a fantastic idea. I know we've kicked around an idea with them about maybe next spring trying to get together, do an East Coast run. But again, like we spoke last week, we're doing some spiritual house cleaning in my camp because I refuse to move forward if everything isn't Jesus front and center. So we're taking after our show together in August, we're taking some time off just to make sure everything's got to be spotless before God, or I'm not doing it anymore. So.
Hey, I want to break right here. We're going to make a third break out of this. I'm going to break right here. Aaron, do you have anything planned, lined up? Because I have an idea.
Let's go right into Riot Anthem. Why not?
That's what I was going to do. So Riot Anthem, Chaotic Resemblance, Riot Anthem, Rock Salt MUZKAST Experience. Rock Salt MUZKAST Experience, Aaron, Dave, and Patrick.
ADP.
On with Chaotic Resemblance. And you're off to perform another barn burner of a show, I understand, out in Oklahoma, and you guys are traveling in the cars and living the life of a rock star.
Bus isn't running too well, so we're going in a few different vehicles. We got the trailer on the truck. That's all that matters, as long as we have the gear, you know.
I feel you. You guys have worked with Oz Fox.
Yeah.
How is that? I mean, Oz seems like a great guy. He's a great guitar player. How is he as a producer?
I mean, Oz he's just the best all the way around. I mean, he's the most genuine guy you'll ever meet in your life. He is, for being a rock star, he is so not a rock star. He's like your cool uncle that your parents don't want you to hang out with because you're going to get into some trouble. He is just awesome. And yeah, man, we loved working with Oz. Like, it was a dream come true for him to produce our record, 2 of them. And I mean, I grew up with this guy's poster on my wall, and it was a dream come true. Like, I still get lost for words reminiscing on those days of like getting to meet, you know, this guy who was bigger than life to me, you know, and then him becoming so close, like family. It's unreal. You know, there's not enough words that I could say in the right order to honor him the way that he deserves to be honored from this ministry.
Well, I have to say, Oz and Annie both just seem like great people, and real. You know, there's a lot of bands. I hound on this a lot. There's a lot of Christian bands out there that I think just use that label Christian. And you know what? I'm going to go on this right now. Dave Mustaine is one of the latest. I don't judge people when they say they're a Christian. I take them at face value. However, I watch their actions. And I just saw a video of Dave Mustaine cussing out a guitar tech live on stage in the middle of a show. And I went, yeah, I'm not sure how Christian this guy is. Is he just using the label? And there's a lot of bands out there like that. Oz and Annie, well, Striper in general, but Oz and Annie walk the walk, it appears.
Yeah, they're legit, man.
Yeah. And you guys do as well. I mean, I caught that watching your live. You, I said it before, are unapologetic about your faith on stage. You're really in people's face with it, and I don't mean in a bad way.
Well, here's the deal, bro. Like, I mean, I'm gonna stand before the Lord, and I'm gonna give an account. And the Bible says that I'm gonna have a stricter judgment because I was a teacher of the word. And if I'm ashamed of him now, he'll be ashamed of me then. And the only words that are going to matter on that day are well done. And the last words you want to hear are, I never knew you. And so to me, it everything I say is so weighty. I don't take it lightly that I have a platform to preach the gospel. And I tell the Lord that all the time. And you know, I don't want people to leave just knowing who Chaotic Resemblance is, or liking the band, or my voice, or Logan's guitar playing, or James' skill on the drums. I want them to have encountered with Jesus. And I pray this prayer, Lord, I don't want there to be any confusion. I want somebody to have on any given night when we preach the gospel, where either they have this and they want more, or they don't have it and they want it, but they absolutely just don't want it. I don't want there to be any, I don't really know what he meant by that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I want a clear representation of who Jesus is. And, you know, all I can do is invite somebody.
Oh, I'm sorry. He froze up. I know we'll get him back.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
He's passing through a dead zone. He froze up again. Save that. Hey, use that as a song. That's pretty good.
To know Jesus, and hello.
His screen keeps freezing up. All right.
No. Logan,
step up, brother.
But what he was probably meaning to say was he can only invite someone into that relationship. He can't force them to join it. But
right.
Yeah.
That's where I would think he was going. In
Yeah.
the context of this conversation and the years that I've known him.
Yeah. No,
that's the one accord right there, gentlemen.
yeah. Hey, Logan, did you grow up in church?
I did.
Okay.
I grew up in church. My great grandfather was a minister. My grandfather was a song leader at church and a deacon and elder. So I grew up there. I was brought to church all the time. Mom kept dragging me all through the years of running, so I was definitely raised in it. Returned to it. Deeply love the body of Christ and appreciate the reverence of this body.
Now, were the parents rockers? You know,
My mom, yes. My mom was a rocker for sure. She liked country, but she also liked rock music as well.
Okay.
Well,
my dad, yeah, as well.
I have been playing your stuff for people for months now, going, hey, you need to check out this band. Check out this band. They're really good. Listen. Oh yeah, they're awesome. I have said several times, and of course you guys will know far better than I will, but I have said several times that I think you guys, or I feel that you guys are really poised. You're at the point of the game where God's going to go, okay, we're going to open up the doors now, and you're going to make that crossover, even though you're not going to change who you are. You're going to, it's time to make that crossover into mainstream. Is that something you guys want to do, or is that in your future? Travis, you're back, by the way. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
I love what John Cooper says. John Cooper says, can you hear me? I just want to make sure I'm heard.
Yeah, totally hearing you.
You're good.
Did you hear me?
Okay. I heard John Cooper talk about this, and he said, just make sure if you cross over that you don't forget to take the crossover.
Oh, that's a great line. That's a great way to say it. Are you guys kind of at that step where you're looking to make that next step, or are you happy where you're at?
Man, I don't even know where we're at.
Well, you're in Oklahoma, from what I understand.
You're on I-40, buddy.
We're just taking it a day at a time. I mean, my main goal, my main audience is the Lord. I sing for an audience of one, and what I found is when I write that way, when I sing that way, he brings the people, he draws the people, and he makes the right connections for us, through us. And like, I mean, I don't know, it's whatever the Lord wants. I'm not opposed, but I'm going to preach just as hard. The songs are going to be all about Jesus, and, you know, they can put us on whatever station they want to, I guess.
Well, you guys
Or
are
not.
getting some mainstream play, right?
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, that would probably be a better question for Logan, dude. I'm so like caveman. I am not the media guy, so I'm the guy who likes to just lock up and pray.
Well, you know what? When I do mention your name to some people, they do know who you are, and I'm talking about non-Christians. They do know who you are, and that's one of the reasons I say I think you might be at that moment where God kicks open that door for you and says it's time to go to a larger audience.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're down, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in the back seat. God's driving this one. Hey, I thank you guys so much for taking the time on the way to your next gig. What are your socials and how can people reach you?
Yeah,
Travis?
so yep, can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah,
We
I
lost
can,
Logan, but that's good.
Yeah.
No, it's not good that
So,
we
yeah.
lost him, but we got you.
Yeah. So we got Facebook, we got Instagram, we got all the normal socials. We're on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can stream music. You can find us www.chaoticresemblance.com. So yeah.
And I'm going to put you on the spot here. If someone sends you a message on Facebook Messenger or whatever, is it you guys that they're connecting with?
Yeah. It is definitely, if it's not me, if it's not Logan, it's not it'd be either my dad or my mom, and they always let us know if somebody's writing personally and want to talk to us. My mom will usually take care of like general things, because she's awesome at that and I'm not. But if somebody like is asking to talk to one of us, then of course we will talk to them.
So you are approachable is what I'm getting at.
Yes, very approachable. That is very important to us, is that we would never be unapproachable. And that includes our shows and stuff too. We're always around, always. That's why we're there. We're there to connect with people, connect them to the Lord, and we can't do that, not being out.
Great.
And I just want to point out, on the website, is there somewhere where they can send a donation to the band? I know you guys are doing this as a ministry full time. Can they support through the website?
Yeah. Can we support through the website? Do we have like a donation thing on there? Or do we just usually do it through like PayPal or something? Or Venmo? PayPal or Venmo. We usually just do like PayPal or Venmo.
Okay. All right.
You can also buy merch, and that's a great way to support a band
too. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, we got our brand new CD out, like you guys were talking about, and
the t-shirts.
Something on there for everybody. And yes, the new shirts, and we got more new merch coming, and it's a fun season for sure.
Everybody go listen to The Quick and the Dead, my favorite song off the Nazarites album, for the record. Favorite.
That's my favorite one to play live. My favorite one on the record is Wrath of the Lamb. But.
Right.
All right. Well, hey, let's.
No. Wait. Is vinyl coming? Is vinyl? Are you guys going to do a vinyl run?
That is definitely in the plans as well.
Cool.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do Quick and the Dead here, Aaron.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap up with Chaotic Resemblance. Thank you, guys. Rock on tonight, brothers.
Thank you, guys. We're so honored to be on here with you.
Love you guys.
Right.
See you in a few weeks.
Hang on the line, guys. I want to talk to you real quick. It's the Rock Salt MUZKAST experience.